execution, the extremely in their pressure situation, and it seemed like you guys were on a string so much of the game, specifically Howard, taking away rolls to the rim and that kind of thing. What went into that?
Yeah, just execution. The most efficient shots around the rim. And you try to take that away, snatch it as defense. The better job you do that, the better defense you are. We know that. And just try to get better. We were defensively from last game. Did okay.
Chet was aggressive early on in the first quarter. It kind of kept you guys afloat. I know it's been a rough offensive series for him. I was wondering kind of what you thought he gave you guys on that end of the floor tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he was really good. Like, Chad has all the tools, and everybody in our building and league knows that. Yeah, he's a hell of a player. Like, as a player, you're gonna go through ups and downs. Like, I don't ever worry about Chad just because I know like how much he loves the game, how much he cares, and how much he works. Like, he'll figure it out no matter what it looks like. Like, he'll get to it, and I bet on Chad 10 times out of 10, and he proved why I would bet on him tonight.
Shay, this one tonight felt like a championship response, a team that's won a championship. What did you see out of the guys around you, but what did you hope to bring to this one tonight after the way four went down?
Uh, I think we just learned from our mistakes. We learned from what we talked about as a group, um, and we just applied it tonight. I think that is the most important thing. Like, a series, especially against a good team, is like a chess match that you go back and forth with adjustments and game plans and switching the things and trying new things. And I think like they obviously punched us really good in game four. We got better than the team that played game four for game five.
Barry, it doesn't. You mentioned that you trust Chad. You'll bet on him 10 times out of 10. I'd imagine you feel that way about a lot of the guys in this team, the whole group. Just what is it about these guys? Obviously, you've grown alongside them throughout the years. What is it about them that gives you the confidence they can all respond the way they did tonight?
How hard they work, um, the intentions they have out there on the basketball court, and the type of teammates they are. Like, I know wholeheartedly everyone's intention on the basketball team is to win a game. No other agendas. Nobody cares about anything else besides winning. And everybody works their tail off to get to that, be the best version of themselves doing so. And yeah, like when that's all you can ask from a teammate. That nothing else you can ask for. Work hard and give it your all to try to go out there and win. We have a group full of guys like that.
Shay, heard it, I guess. So you know, like sports. Do you think about the way that the team was able to stay in that and how you responded as you were able to kind of steady yourself?
Yeah, the team was huge today, obviously. Just to mention, Chet was big to start the game. Obviously, the bench group came in, gave great minutes. But yeah, those guys, like, I always say, like, we're a team out there. We don't get this far. I don't have this individual success. This team doesn't have this success without all 15 guys in the locker room, and we proved it tonight. Like, if it was full five Bs out there, we would have been down 20 after the first quarter. The guys were great to start the game. Um, yeah, I probably should never start like that again. Give us a better chance to win a ball game, but the guys held it down.
Yeah, Shay, there's no really counter to Wembanyama. But when you get Chet and Isaiah both playing as well as they did and being as productive as they did, is that as close as a team can get to sort of having an answer for Wembanyama?
Um, I'm not really sure what you're asking, to be honest with you. Yeah, really good. Those guys are really good basketball players. They're our size, our physicality, our rim protection. They're a big reason why we're a really good defense. And then they have tools offensively that get the blender going for us. When they're at their best, we're at our best.
Sure, when you're coming off a blowout loss like that, you're still down a couple of lead guards. You've got a new guy in the starting lineup, young guys. Does your approach change at all, whether it's in film the day or going into this game, about how you try to get to your guys?
I think because we've dealt with these type of injuries all year, I think it was almost like natural and innate for us. Like we didn't have no like extra conversation. It was just next man up, like it's been all year. And I think the reps of having guys in and out the lineup and dealing with all the injuries really is paid off tonight, especially in this series.
Shay, as is the nature of the playoffs, I know you're not on Twitter a ton, but your game 4 against Dallas a few years ago has sort of resurfaced this week on the timeline, and as I watch that, it feels like the coverages against you over the years have only tightened since, understandably. Do you ever think back about like how much, almost like you're never going to be guarded that way again, like the coverages are only going to get more complex? Does that ever sort of cross your mind at all? And how do you wrap your head around it?
No, that has never crossed my mind, honestly. Like I'm so I guess wrapped up in what's going on right now that like I mean I'm definitely not on Twitter, especially not this time of year. First off, and then I just like dwelling on the past just does me nothing, especially in this moment. Like different and then I'm a different player. The team's different. Like so many things are different. Like of course it's gonna be a little bit different, but yeah, I just have never thought about it like that.
After a game in LA, after a game in LA, you spoke about, McCain's more than just a 3-point shooter, he's a full on scorer. He adds another dimension to you guys as another guy like AJ, yourself, Dub, who can attack a 3 and then off the closeout and get up a shot in the mid range. How impactful is that for you guys?
Yeah, it's what the NBA is about now. Like it's spread out basketball. Everybody that's on the court has to be able to go make a play. Like it's very positionless, offensively and defensively. Like the better you are guarding multiple positions, the more you play. The better that you're doing multiple things on offense, the more you play. It's just how it is. And the more guys you have like that on your team, the usually better you are.
Shay, you're talking about some of the other guys in the depth here on this team. Sort of mentioned that Caruso is one of those guys that's the chess piece in the middle of everything. When you're on the floor and see again the type of series he's having, how would you describe his value to this team, particularly at this time of year?
Yeah, I mean, he has the most championships on this team, first and foremost. So he's played in the most biggest games on his team. So with that experience, you can't recreate and manufacture. You either go through it or don't. And he's just like, AC isn't like some uber talented guy. Like he's not some guy that's 6'7" with a 7'3" wingspan and shoots lights out. Like, but he's one of the not if the best competitor in the NBA. Like night in and night out. And he wears that, and he sets that tone for us as a group. And it's come full fledged this series with guys out and him having to step up. But yeah, he wears that hat for this group all season long, and it's on TV every night now, so the world's getting to see it. But yeah, he's huge for us.
Despite the series, it's been moves and counter moves. How do you ball this up and take it within San Antonio?
Yeah, there's still things we could have did better tonight. We gotta watch those, get better from them. See how they reacted to their losses. Trying to put ourselves in the mind frame of going into the next game. But we just gotta be ready. Obviously, a really good team and a really tough environment to go out there and win with their season on the line. We gotta understand what's going on.
It looks like there's so much cohesion and connection that's required defensively, possession after possession in a loud environment, pressure situation. Can you take me inside of what those possessions are like for you guys to make sure you're covering for each other and the rotations are clean?
Yeah,
Comes down to communication, trusting what you're hearing, and then just effort after that. Understanding that it's not going to be perfect. We're going to have mistakes out there, but just have the intentions to have each other's back. It's obviously a high pressure stage, but it seems like you guys find a really good balance of, being able to sort of enjoy the moment, but also appreciate the stakes there. Just can you kind of describe the conversations guys have had leading up to this game and just how you guys stay loose entering this one? Yeah. Yeah, most of the conversation has been to concept uh, and like how to do it. Just what we're seeing out there with each other, how we can help each other out, where we can be better. Um, this is a team that like needs hoorah speeches. Everybody's pretty ready to go out there and do their job. And everybody's excited about it.
Chet, we've seen you guys obviously gel on the floor, but I wanted to ask you about Kenrich Williams. What kind of teammate has he been to you?
Man, he's been more than just a teammate to me. That's a solid dude right there. Beyond just basketball, beyond just somebody you want to hang out with. He's an example. For how somebody should live, how somebody should treat others, treat people they work with, treat their family. He's really he's not trying to be a role model, but I'd say he is. And on top of that, he's just been amazing to me as a person. And on top of that, he's an amazing basketball player. When his name's called, he's ready to fire him up there, make him, knock him down. When he comes in the game, he was in the game. He makes an impact, and I couldn't say more good things about him. Okay.
Chad, I know that everybody in that locker room, being a professional, is taking care of getting themselves ready for tonight. But I'm curious what you saw out of Shea and what sort of residual that had as he approached this game.
Yeah. Just no matter what happens, how steady he is, attacking what needs to be attacked, whether that's the film, the shoot around, the game, the prep for the game, the rest and recovery. I don't think anybody works harder than he does out there on the court. And, it sets a great example.
A few weeks ago, you talked about McCain, and you learned pretty quickly that the shot's probably going up when it hits his hands. He got a lot of shots up tonight, his first playoff for a start. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that, and then how important is it to have a shooter like that who has sort of just infinite confidence?
Yeah, how many did he shoot?
Not sure off the top of my head.
Okay. 19 of them? Not a boy. I think it's very impressive. He's somebody that works extremely hard, and then he trusts his work. And I also think it is there's a bit of it's like almost in his genes. That's just the way he processes the game. That's the way. I think it's.
I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the support, brother.
I think it's very impressive. He's somebody that works extremely hard, and then he trusts his work. And I also think it is there's a bit of it's like almost in his genes. That's just the way he processes the game. That's the way. And also like he understands. Like what his job is when he's out there, he's going to fly around and play extremely hard, but he understands his bread and butter is put points on the board, and he can do it in a hurry, and it opens a lot of things up for other guys. So, I think it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, Chet, you and Isaiah played the big games. Let's see, 28 points, 12 of 17 shooting, 26 rebounds combined with Wembanyama on the court. How tough are you guys to beat when you and Isaiah can be that productive?
Yeah, I think yeah, I mean it's never that simple. Hurt was made up for us tonight. But I think it's always a team win. It never comes down to this person performing or that person performing or this person having a big night. We saw it tonight. Everybody touched the floor, made big plays for us, and that's how we need to play for us to be at our best. And we saw that tonight.
Chet, you were really aggressive to start this one. It seemed, how important was that for you in a series where maybe it hasn't been your best offensively?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always important to be aggressive, but have like a smart aggression. I definitely feel like there's been times or looks that I wasn't able to take advantage of in the series, and tonight I was, and I got to try to keep that going.
Chet, you played in a 7-game NBA Finals, so you obviously know what it takes to play in a long series. But where does this sort of sit in terms of guys on the floor and the physicality and the fouls in terms of series you've been in?
Yeah, it's hard to say one is better than the other or this or that. But this is up there with the best of them. Playing in, we had a couple series. I think our last 3 series last year were all just bloodbaths. Both teams just beating each other up, and I'd say this is up there with that. Neither team's giving up anything easy, and everything's earned, worked for, and we've kind of seen that out there.
Shay talked about earlier, those taking away those lobs and Wemby, it's a team deal. I mean, obviously you and Isaiah, but also the guards, everything else. How big is that just from the standpoint? Those are big momentum shifters for them. Those are loud plays, and you took those away tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think beyond how any play feels, I think it's about just a numbers game. I've caught a few lobs in my career, and they're probably one of the most high points per possession plays in the game of basketball. So in the process, making things harder and making things as hard as possible, you've got to take what hurts, I guess.
So
Isaiah, Chet seemed really aggressive early on offensively in this one. What's it do for you guys when he's kind of hunting for a shot like that?
that's big. I mean, anytime he comes out aggressive, just finding his spots throughout the offense. So it's always huge for us. Such a big factor for us offensively and defensively. So just him being able to find his shots, get something going early, but especially where we kind of struggled in a little bit before it's getting easy early shots was huge for us.
Isaiah, I know you guys talk all the time about how every game is the biggest game and all of them are important, but was there a different sense of urgency coming into this one tonight after the way 4 went, but also knowing it's 1st to 2 in these last 3?
Yeah, I think we were really disappointed the way we played. I don't think we could have played any worse in game 4, to be honest. So we just wanted to come out with a little more sense of urgency and just play better. I think we really could have played worse than what we did in game 4. So again, we still have one more game going, and we're not going to act like we've achieved anything yet. And so we're going to go to San Antonio with the same sense of urgency, like we haven't achieved anything.
Everybody talks about how young this team is, but it's a team that's very mature as well. Just can you kind of speak to that and just how much that has helped you guys stay level on a stage like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think, first of all, I think the organization does a great job of preparing us for these moments throughout the season. All you hear is 0-0. All you hear is just stay present. Just from day one. They do a great job just knowing that especially throughout the playoffs, there's going to be runs, there's going to be times where mentally you're put in certain situations where you have to navigate that. If it's on the court, off the court, media is going to, we call it the machine, is going to factor in that too. So just being able to stay together, being able to stay present through the ups and downs, I think that's where you see our maturity a lot. So yeah.
Jared has a unique confidence about his game and himself where no matter the situation, he's going to play his game, play the same way every single time. And I don't know if you were thinking about this. I don't know if you're thinking about it, though, man. I don't know if you're thinking about this at the time, but you were joking about it with the TikToks, but you were in a TikTok. How much of you doing that was making sure that he was himself so he can be off the floor, so he can be himself on the floor?
I think he's a special human being. I mean, I think just in general, no one will change the way he is. I think I've never seen someone so happy every single day. I think it gives something to the locker room that I don't know, I can't be mad looking at him, if that makes sense. Like he comes into the facility, smile on his face every time. Just can't be mad. So I think he just brings something again, something off the court where it's just helps the morale for the team, kind of similar to Jay Will, where it's just it helps us a lot just to. He puts a lot of perspective on life, just being grateful, and then on the court again, he's so great and just being confident. Like doesn't matter who he's playing against, he's supremely confident in himself, and I think it just gives us more confidence too.
Isaiah, we've seen the energy you all bring collectively as a team, but when it comes to Lou Dort, how would you describe the energy that he brings to you guys?
It's great. Ever since I've been here, just the tenacity he plays with, you always know he's there to come out, give it his all, and I think just that gives you a lot of confidence.
Why do you think you guys were able to keep Wemby from getting in a rhythm offensively tonight?
It's a team thing. I mean, at the end of the day, with any great player, you're not going to stop him just with one player. So I'm just going in there, just making his looks hard, making sure he just doesn't get anything easy. And I think we just did a great job just as a team, just executing that. Again, he's a great player, so you just have to do it as a collective, and it's not just on one player.
Between the two teams, you guys shot 70 free throws. Can you just talk about keeping your rhythm within a game? Well, I mean, 70 is a pretty high number for just trying to keep your flow in the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, you have two teams that play extremely aggressive, a lot of driving downhill, but then both teams play extremely aggressive defense. And so I think you have similarities with both teams where we drive a lot. Both teams play pretty aggressively on defense, so I think just in general, you're going to have fouls. And I think just what you want from referees is just to be, we know what you can do in the court. I think they did a great job today, just being we're just like he knew what the intensity was. He knew kind of how the game was going. And I think that's all you expect from refs. The refs are not going to be perfect. I mean, I think everyone, the fans always want the refs to be perfect. But it's just like us, we're not going to make every shot. They're going to see every call. If you want that, you can find the AI program to do that. But the game will probably take 5 hours if you really want to do it like that. But again, we just go out there trying to play physical. They're a super physical team too. So I think you have to find the balance throughout the game.
Yeah, no Dub, no AJ. Guys still scored 127 points against one of the league's best defenses. What does that say about the offensive ecosystem that you guys have built over the years?
Yeah, I mean, just trusting each other. I think we have a lot of trust in each other, and then we just want to compete. I think a lot of people we focus a lot on winning, but like we're more focused on competing. We're more focused on doing that together, and then I think through that winning will come. And so we just go in there. We don't try to shy away from the competition. We don't. It doesn't matter who's on the court. So we just have guys who just go out there, compete every single position, and I think that gives you a chance to win each thing.
Zaire, I know you've been asked about the efficiency on that push on the float or whatever you call it. When did that start? And then I guess in a series like this, how do you calculate that perhaps extra launch angle you need with Wemby contesting a lot of those?
Shout out to my pops. Growing up in Europe, I was playing more like the guard position. So when you just work on floaters, you work on certain things, and then when I came to the NBA, wasn't really as strong as I probably am now. And so I just had to find something where I could get it over guys like Rudy Gobert and stuff like that. So I started working more. And yeah, it's just something where in the season I work on different nights of it. And so for a series, we have a guy it's like a stick. So it just kind of try to resemble. It's hard, but they try to resemble the certain height of it. But again, I work on different heights of it. Shooting it to the ceiling. And just kind of stuff like little stuff. But it definitely started with my dad, just so early age.
Hey, so I know you guys have spent the season trying to distance yourselves from the title last year, but when you're facing something as pivotal as Game 5, like how difficult is that to not lean on that experience? Are you sort of fighting against the memory of last year?
I think the thing that you take from those experiences is just the mental part of it. Not getting too high, not getting too low. And just going in there knowing you have to come with a certain sense of urgency. I think our group does a great job just not being too emotional with it. I think when you go into any playoff game and your emotions are too high or too low, that's kind of when it doesn't work for yourself. I mean, even they had a little stretch where they went on a run, and we were just in a timeout, just like stay calm. And I think that's kind of the stuff you lean on when you go through